If you didn't know the story of Gypsy Rose, you would assume this was some celebrity with all the paparazzi photographing her, right? Well, since her release from prison, the public has been treating her like a celebrity, which has become controversial, and so many moments have become viral. And that includes Gypsy's having a baby? No, let's backtrack just a bit. Every celebrity I feel like has had rumors one time or another of them being pregnant. Sometimes they're true and other times they're not, as long as Ellen DeGeneres doesn't peer pressure you into drinking some champagne. Your secret will be safe. If you know, you know. Gypsy was not excluded from these rumors because a few weeks after she was released from prison, her husband Ryan actually shared at a press conference where he revealed Gypsy actually bought baby clothes for their potentially future baby. But ultimately the two added that they aren't really quite there yet. But that doesn't stop people from talking, because before you knew it, rumors of Gypsy being pregnant was everywhere. But during one of her press conferences, she clarified these rumors and said they were not true at all. And she simply bought a cute little baby outfit just in case later down the road they decide to have kids. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. They are still adjusting to their marriage and life outside of bars. What do you think? While other celebrities were pulling up to Gag City, wait, I should probably not assume you already know what I'm talking about. Basically, Nicki Minaj's fan base created a dreamy false utopia and generated AI images of other characters, brands, and celebrities themselves arriving to Gag City in order to promote Pink Friday 2. OMG is right, because we're going to be looking at who's arriving. The chain restaurant Chili's posted this onto X, showing the pink smoke as they pull up in their monster automobile gangster. Sorry, off track, I mean pulling up to Gag City. Someone created Dakota Johnson arriving to Gag City, but specifically after ending Ellen's career. And some of our favorite cartoon moms even showed up, as Lois, Marge, and Linda all entered hand in hand. Of course, we can't forget about Gypsy herself, because people even created an AI generated photo of her arriving. But this was very controversial, as some believe they should draw the line on this one. Following Gypsy's prison release, many of the public took notice of her new pink iPhone and her nails being all done. So right away, many people were saying that Gypsy spent 8 years behind bars, but she's still serving her looks at least. And in case Gypsy wanted a pick-me-up, plastic surgeons and doctors on TikTok have actually been posting videos basically inviting Gypsy to get her work done by them. Take a look at this TikTok by Dr. Daniel Barrett. He calls himself the natural plastic surgeon based in Beverly Hills, and he has over 2 million followers, and this was his way to get Gypsy to visit him. And I'm not sure if you'll be surprised or not, but this was far from the only doctor posting about Gypsy. Dr. Jennifer Levine, who is a double board certified facial plastic surgeon, posted this video onto her TikTok seemingly to promote her work.
I'm living my best life and y'all can't take that from me.
The caption for this video even reads, "At Gypsy Rose Blanchard, let us know the next time you're in New York City." I mean, I'm not as well known as Gypsy, but if anyone wants to give me free filler, I'm not saying I would take them, but I'm not saying I wouldn't. If I was just released from prison, I'm sure defending my husband would not be on my list of things I had to do. Let me love you and you defend yourself. Well, for Gypsy, she had to defend Ryan Anderson, her husband she'd married back in 2022 while she was still behind bars. And since Gypsy has expressed how she's used to the criticism she receives, it doesn't bother her. But Ryan, on the other hand, was suddenly brought into the spotlight once Gypsy was released, and the internet, we all know, can be quite harsh sometimes. People started comparing Ryan and Gypsy to Lois and Peter Griffin from Family Guy, and were criticizing him for his looks. So Gypsy took matters into her own hands and commented under one of Ryan's Instagram photos and wrote, "Ryan, don't listen to the haters. I love you and you love me. We do not owe anyone anything. Our family is who matters. If you get likes and good comments, great. If you get hate, then whatever, because they don't matter. I love you. Besides, they are jealous because you are rocking my world every night. Yeah, I said it, the D is fire. Happy wife, happy life." Not only did this comment make it clear that he rocks her world, but it rocked all of social media as well. People were making memes of what it would be like to be the couple's neighbors, and others, well, went full out. I'll let you see for yourself.
And the D is
Fire!
You're telling me this isn't Gypsy Rose? Anyways, it took the internet by storm and it is still a trending topic on my TikTok For You page. Although Gypsy is pretty controversial now, as the public seems split on their thoughts on her, one thing we can all agree on was that her past was far from the right choice. We are specifically talking about the night Gypsy and her boyfriend at the time, Nicholas Godejohn, took the life of Gypsy's mother, Dee Dee. One person that unfortunately experienced miscommunication about this very serious topic was Joy. She is one of the hosts on The View, and because it's a talk show, so many people watch this clip and I don't know if they were allowed to laugh or not. Basically, if you haven't seen the clip, Gypsy was saying if there was anyone watching to listen to her because they aren't alone in the situation and there are other ways out, and she even admitted that she took the wrong way. But Joy quickly said, no honey, no, don't say that, you had no choice. And just so we're on the same page, yeah, Joy is basically saying that ending someone's life was necessary. Gypsy replied to Joy and said, well, I did something wrong and I paid my dues for it. First of all, whoever is media training her needs a raise, and second of all, this is when Joy realized that she may have been on the wrong page, because she then says, oh, you mean that part? Oh yeah, never mind. Other hosts on the show even had to remind Joy that what Gypsy did was wrong, and I really think it was due to miscommunication, and hopefully Joy wasn't showing support for that. One of the first things Gypsy wanted to do when she was released was to buy some shoes. Not only did paparazzi capture the moment and was seen asking a very important question,
You have any plans?
Lots of.
I sure hope she has a lot of plans. I mean, she did spend 8 years behind bars. But guess what? Some people make edits of Gypsy and her shoe shopping. And if you're confused by that, I'll let you see for yourself. 2014, one crazy year. The comments under this are very mixed. One user wrote, she slays, and another wrote, these edits are cringe and creepy. Imagine explaining to a group of people from the 1920s that in the future society will be making edits of Gypsy Rose and not driving flying cars. It's weird living in a world where social media plays a huge role in everything, and that includes fan edits. I don't even know if fan's the right word to use there, but people are taking videos from Gypsy and almost turning them into thirst traps. And these videos range from after her release to people using clips while she was still under her mom's roof and ultimately still in her wheelchair before any secrets were revealed. Some don't sit quite right with me because it's still important to remember why Gypsy's name is well known, and many have pointed out the efforts to not glorify someone who was able to take part in their own mother's passing. But that hasn't stopped people from editing and combining footage with filters and all that. But first, let me take a selfie. This was Gypsy's first photo she posted onto Instagram following her release from prison. It basically became viral the moment she posted it, and she has gained millions of followers since. This mirror selfie shows Gypsy smiling and posing for the photo, and her caption even reads, first selfie of freedom. It's funny because many of the comments I read all have to do with her phone. Many people were saying how they were jealous Gypsy was just released and immediately got a pink iPhone when they didn't even have one, whereas others were trying to maybe get a phone out of their comment as they would ask Gypsy to buy them a phone. Work smarter, not harder, am I right? As the whole world is basically talking about Gypsy, some wondered where is Nicholas now? Well, he is currently still serving his sentence. Some believe he was manipulated by Gypsy herself, others believe he was purely evil, and if it wasn't a plan with Gypsy, it would have been with someone else another day. Well, the post actually asked Nick about his thoughts on Gypsy's newfound fame, and his reply was interesting. He said he must be honest about his decision, and a lot of the questions will be answered in a foreseeable interview at the right time, but she added was not right now. In the email he wrote, he used a smiley face 6 times during his 109-word answer. And at the end of his email, he wrote, stay positive, healthy, and safe, true sincerity, Nicholas bracket, Mr. Smiley Godejohn. So I'm assuming we will see an interview one day where he's able to share his side of things, but we won't know for sure until it actually happens. Well, if you were wondering how Gypsy feels about all the attention she's been receiving, well, she's actually talked about it recently during an interview as she expressed how she felt like a baby bird on the internet. If you think of it, Dee Dee passed in 2015, and that is basically when Gypsy's life with the outside world was cut off in a different way than before. Although apps like Instagram existed back then, it has grown significantly as the culture surrounding social media has shifted. Gypsy even said every time she comments or likes someone's post, she has to remember that it will be seen by millions. Although she's thankful for having a huge platform which she hopes she could use for good, on the downside, there is a ton of people making fake accounts in her her name and even scamming people. I mean, Lady Gaga has fallen victim for this. Okay, Lady Gaga, go get your bag, sis. I'm surprised all of Gypsy Rose media frenzy is still ongoing. It's almost been a month since her release, and I can't go a day without seeing a video or article about her. But recently, I found that more and more people have been seeing how Gypsy's online presence can be damaging to both her and the public. I've been following this case for years now, and mixing that with social media is something I don't think has happened in the past, well, at least to this extent. Do you think that Gypsy becoming as well known as she is now a good thing as she can be an advocate, or is it more harmful as some have been idolizing her? I would love to hear your opinions on this, and of course, if you don't know me already, I'm Melanie with InformOverload, and I'll be sure to see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you made it this far. Bye bye!